Hello, hello, hello. Give me just a minute. I had to get my coffee. Because that's important. Um, there so I can see chat. Damn, I turned that around backwards. Ugh. Lizzo. Well, well, well. Let's see what delight we have for today. I giggle. I love it so much. How you doing, girl? Jamie. Oh, this iPad is like really behind. Wow, I wonder if that's how you guys see it. I wonder if it's really, really behind. Weird. What is everybody into? What's going on? I'm finishing this pumpkin. I bought this pumpkin. And it was like a really light, like foam green, and then like almost a peach in this color white. And I liked the look of it, but I didn't like the colors. So I changed these ones and kind of distressed it a little. And I'm just going to do this one more of a white pumpkin. And then it's going to go in the bathroom. Hi, Sunshine. Hey, Jay Badass. Did you get my message? My day is not going to plan. Let's just say that. No, I didn't. Hi, Curtis. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. I'll look at it, Lizzo, when I'm done with this. I hope it gets better. Go take a nap. Everything is better with a nap. Everything. It's been a long time since I've done a daytime live. I try to get in touch with Mags. I haven't heard from her, so I decided just to go live. Hey, Peg. How you doing? So she might pop in here when she realizes that we're on, but I'm not on StreamYard. I lost my PJ's bottoms in the street when I went to collect my bin. Oh my God, did you get video? That would have been great content. Did you get video of it? Dang it, how? I'm gonna go and get a freaking manicure. My fingernails are out of control. And I need my, I can do my left hand. I can take off the cuticles off my left hand, but I can't do it that well on my right hand. So that's why I like to go have them take off my cuticles, but my cuticles grow so damn fast. Oh my God, I cannot believe you did not get video of that. Was there a lot of people out there? Oh, I'd have paid money to see that. What, Wednesday? Are both of these white? No. I would have paid money. I hope everybody's doing good. What is today? Today's Tuesday. Tuesday? Yeah. I don't want it so, I don't want it real white, but I don't want it that dark either. Let's see what we can come up with here. I thought I had a cream, more of a cream color, but I don't. Lunch lady's got her grandbaby today for the first time, I think. Am I right about that? Holding on to the bin in one hand and my frickin' on the bottoms in the other. Oh, I wish Bethy was there because she would have got video for all of us. Oh, that would have been fun. Oh yeah, that's a better color than what was on there. I don't like it. Oh my God, Lizzo, I told you guys about that most embarrassing time in my life where my skirt came off in front of a gym, in front of all those guys. Oh my God. Are you guys doing any fall projects? Have you started decorating? I'm almost finished. Hello, Fatima's Ahara. She wouldn't have helped you either. That would have been good. Are you guys decorating for fall? Do you guys decorate for fall? Am I the only one in here right now that does it? I think Lunch Lady does it. She's gonna have to start doing it now because they're grandbabies. I have a bitch, you guys. Just a small one. The only thing I hate about this season right now is the stink bugs. There's Maggie. Hello, Maggie. Is anybody else having a stink bug problem? The stink bugs are... Oh! Newt? Buddy, gotta be careful. That's all right, buddy. Go get your ball. You're okay. I cleaned the back porch. I didn't think I was going to get to it, but I did. And it took me about 2 hours to do it because, y'all, I got every freaking spider web. And you guys would not believe, I cannot find this. I don't know what a stink bug nest looks like, but surely there has to be a stink bug nest. And I took everything besides the hot tub out of the back room, out of there, and I shot back the whole porch, killed so many spiders, I sucked up so many stink bugs, and then when I took off the cushions off of my chair, y'all, there were tons of them. You're being invaded by stink bugs. Yeah, it's so disgusting. Hello, Shake Tat Ass. Hello. Good to see you. I mean, we have them every year, but not like this. This year has been crazy for them. And they're just, and then, you know what, as soon as these leave, because I don't know how long, like, they stay active. And then as soon as these leave, then we're going to end up with those beetle bugs. You know, the ones that hang around near your light outside. And they always ping me in the fucking head because my hair is white. And I guess it just thinks that it's a light, and then it gets stuck in my hair, and it's, oh. I've already killed, like, and I'm not lying, it's the same exact type of spider I've killed 4 spiders in the house. And I thought, because when I was telling you all about that one spider that I couldn't find, it went in my desk, I thought I had found it, which I may have. I don't know. But then I just had to start killing a bunch of them. They're the exact same type of spider, and they're disgusting. And scary as all get out. Mimi, you're getting ready for autumn. I couldn't beat it. I did look at your temperature, what it is. You guys are colder right now than we are. Maggie, you guys are colder right now. JB says they are on my deck screen and there's no small but live cats all. Yeah, they're everywhere out there right now. Everywhere. It's so disgusting. Hey, Big B, good to see you. It's been a minute. I hope you're well. Oh, you don't like decorating anymore? Oh, I love decorating. I do. It just takes me longer now to decorate than it used to. Plus, I'm always switching things up. But, just to let you guys know, I will be having a haul soon because last night I ordered from Maggie's favorite store, Temu. So, and then I have a couple things coming in. Well, no, I took all those out of the cart. So I just got a couple things off of Temu that I was looking for, and theirs seemed to be the cheapest. So we'll open it, we'll unbox it together and see if it's shipped when they come in. But yeah, I'm almost completely done with the fall decorating. I should have already had it done, but life happens, shit happens. As soon as I do this, I'm gonna go get my shower and go up to the, what do you call that place? Rehab. Go up to rehab so I could sing Rehab to my sister, which I've been doing regularly. You know, the song from Amy Winehouse. No, no, no. It's the first time I've ever got to sing that to anybody. So. The good thing with this thing is it's made of wood, and it's got all these rough edges in it, so you can't screw it up. Lunch lady, how's the baby? I asked Lizzo to make a baby doll. She's made one. Its legs are 3 feet tall. I would love. So go get you some stuff and do it then, Mag. See? Go get you some stuff and do it. I have never decoupaged. I love the look. Especially like when people are decoupaging furniture and then they put those, what do you call it, like pictures of flowers or whatever, and they put the decoupage over. I think it's beautiful. I'd rather be with someone doing it. It hasn't come up yet, so I can't say. Oh, with you doing it. Oh, I'll get something else to paint, or I could try to decoupage. I wouldn't even know what to do. And we could do one together. Lizzo, how are you guys feeling? How's the family? Everybody's got the C word over at Lizzo's place, y'all. Don't hang out over there. Don't let her breathe too hard on you. Don't let her breathe. You need to start sewing your quilt you have pinned together. Ooh, that's a lot of patience. Are you doing it all by hand or are you doing it by a machine? Rough as shit. It's been getting better. Muscle. Oh, we're gone. Just chesty cough and snotty nose. Yeah, man. Did you have the really bad fever and the body aches? Oh, that was terrible. I had it. I only had it one time, and it was like right at the end because so the United States shut down what March is when I had to quit my job, or not quit but leave my job, and I didn't get it until December because I had gone to work and it was my anniversary. It was December 29th, and my parents from Georgia were in, and because they had come for Christmas that year, and Beefcake wanted to go out to eat for our anniversary. We're going to take my parents, and y'all know I don't like going out to eat. And anyways, I started feeling bad at work, but I didn't say nothing. You know, I didn't know what it was really. Just I was hoping that it was just not feeling good. And then as the day progressed, I was just sicker than a dog. And then I texted Beefcake on my way home, and I was like, look, can you just go pick up something for dinner? Because I really don't feel good. I really feel sick. And he got all quiet. He didn't text me right back. So I knew he was kind of bummed about it. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to go. I'm going to suck it up, and I'm going to go. And y'all, I just sat at that dinner table, and I got sicker and sicker. I couldn't eat. And I guess that's when they realized I think Beefcake thought I was just trying to get out of going out to eat, because I do that a lot. And by the time we left there, I got home, I jumped into the hottest shower I could. I was freezing my ass off. And got into the hottest shower I could. I could not get warm. They put tons of blankets on me. I was running a fever. And that only, by the time I woke up the next morning, I wasn't cold anymore. But damn, the body aches. Damn. Those, terrible. And then getting over the, just being so dang tired. I was so tired. Are you really, really tired, Lizzo? That's how I knew it was the C word. As soon as those muscle pains come on, they came on real fast. I was in so much pain, I took myself off to bed. Yeah. My friend just got over it. I can't believe, I haven't heard of anybody in the States right now having it. Y'all keep that shit right on over there. We don't need it. Now, last year we had the flu really bad through here. It wasn't COVID. They called it something else, but the flu was terrible. Beth has had it 3 times. My God. Hey, roller skater, Texas girl, how you doing? Yeah. Over there, everybody's getting the flu. Well, not here. Everybody's getting the C word over in the UK. Lizzo's got it. Her family's got it. And I haven't heard of anybody. Have you heard anybody down in Texas that is getting it yet? God, I hope we don't. But the flu last year was horrible. How you doing, girl? You all right? It's good to see you. I've lost my taste for years. It was the new variant. Yeah, that's what it was. The new variant of the flu. Yeah, that's what they were telling us. Um, I have lost, Beefcake and I were talking about this the other day. I have lost almost all of my smell. Um, like you guys know, I burn candles like nobody's business. And, I can barely smell any at all. So I went and when Beefcake went to the store the other day, I was like, will you do me a favor and just, cause his Beefcake's sniffer, you guys, is, I mean, he can smell something a mile away. And so I was like, look, will you go and get me a candle? I don't care what kind, I want you to start smelling them. And whatever smells really, really strong, can you get it for me? And he's like, yeah, I guess. And I told him, make sure it's like spiced or apple or something like that. Don't be bringing home no fruity shit to me. And, which is the kind that he likes, but I don't do that shit. But anyways, so he brought it home and I smelled it. I couldn't hardly smell nothing. I was like, can you smell this? Does it smell real strong? And he just started laughing. He's like, that's from Kroger. So no, it's probably not going to smell real strong. But my smell is way off and not as bad as my taste. Now I didn't know if my taste changed because of the C word or, how they say your taste change whenever, as you get older. So I didn't know if that was it, but at least I could, stuff that used to taste relatively okay. I'm just like, that shit. But my smell, it's just about gone. My husband and son had never gotten their taste back in years. I lost mine about 3 days and it came right back. That's so weird. You think it's coming, roller skater? Oh God, I hope not. No, I've tried it all. Tried the plugins. I've got 2 diffusers, one in here in Beefcake's office, one in the kitchen. None of those are working, and they use essential oils. None of that is working. Candles, you guys know I burn the hell out of candles all the time, but I can't smell. I want to smell. What? I want to be able to smell. I can smell food cooking. I can smell, like, it's not as strong. Like if I'm in the back bedroom and Beefcake's out here cooking, I can't smell it. But if I walk in here, I can smell something. I just can't tell him what he's cooking. And then, you know how when you take a shower and your whole bathroom smells good afterwards and it floats out into the hallway because of, the shampoos and all the good smelly stuff that you use? Can't smell it at all. Not at all. You can smell really good. That's how I am. It's a curse with such a good sniffer, but they say it comes from my fibromyalgia. Beefcake, I swear he can smell something before it dies. I swear he can. I can smell you from here. I smell the odd smells, but it's bad, mostly bad smells. No. Even, you know, the garden that we planted last year, some tomatoes and stuff had come back, but it was so overgrown that we didn't go through it a lot and take out the old fruit. And you know, where my living room is on the other side over there, and that's where the back door is. And the other, about a week ago, Beefcake walked out and he's like, "Can you smell that?" And I was like, "Smell what?" And he said, "That fruit in the garden, there's got to be fruit in there because it's rotting." You know, I couldn't smell nothing. 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 So he went and cleaned most of it out, did the mowing and stuff. Sure enough, there was a bunch of rotten tomatoes in there. Couldn't smell it at all. Have you ever done decoupage? I've never done it. Nope. Lizzo says I don't have a sense of smell either. It has to be overwhelming for me to smell it. Yeah. You like my chandelier? Thank you. You know where that chandelier came from? I just took down the greenery that I had on it because I needed to wash it. Can you, I gotta wait for it to catch up. But I want to tell you about that chandelier. So it's missing a light bulb because I needed one, and I pulled it out and I never turn it on. Anyways, I usually put greenery around the candlesticks. That chandelier came out of a hotel. They're over 100 years old, and they were selling all the stuff out of this ritzy hotel, and it was, of course, it was gold, and I hated gold, and I just thought it kind of looked a little bit gothic. And I'm not into gothic, but I, for some reason, really loved it. Plus, it was over 100 years old, so I was like, but I painted it. I painted it black, except for the wood. It's got a wooden spindle in the center, but the rest of it was all gold. And so yeah, that came out of Tampa, Florida, when we lived down there. I wish you all would come here and help me with my house. I haven't even been able to do anything because of surgery, and I'm going nuts. Girl, get your daughters in there. Get your daughters, call your daughters over and say, "Look, Mama needs some help." Maggie says, "It's so easy. I saw some gorgeous autumn tissue paper I'd love to do a pumpkin with." Well, send me something on it, and then I'll look at it and see what I'm supposed to do. Maggie, she's just said she wanted to do decoupage, but she doesn't know how. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. Coming in through the mucus in the nose and sticking out that group of nerves. My hypothesis. Yeah, because unfortunately, it's all airborne, isn't it? Send me something on it, Maggie. Or I'll look it up. I'll look up how to decoupage. Lunchy's a bee now. She's a busy bee. You know, I don't like, I like brass. Like that candle, that thing that's in the window, the lamp that's in the window, it's brass, but I didn't clean it up. It's also an antique. That's the one that Mission asked if it was an old lantern, you know, because right now it's electric. And I looked around it and tried to pull things apart and tried to, it's possible, and then I asked Beefcake to look at it, it's possible at one time it was a gas lantern, but I tried to find one like it, I couldn't find one. So But that's brass. I like brass as long as it's not cleaned up and shiny. I like some gold, like a touch of gold every now and then. But yeah, there's no way I could have done that that chandelier gold. No way. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Couldn't do that. Mm-mm. Went to lunch and something was wrong with the food because my stomach started gurgling. I was gripping the wheel and yelling in their car as I raced home and ran to the toilet. Terrible diarrhea. Sounds like Manjaro. I hope you feel better, Peggy. That's terrible. It's so easy, Lena. You will think it is gorgeous. The decoupage, I'm willing to give it a try. You need a tissue paper. You need you need a PVA glue, and that's it. What the hell is PVA glue? The decoupage glue? Yes, I can handle the non-shiny. I can't deal with the shiny gold tones. Reminds me of the 80s. Girl, you know I'm an 80s girl. I love me that stuff. I love the 80s. Midge Podge. Okay. They sell it to Mod Podge. Yes. You know, I almost picked up Mod Podge. Almost. I forget because I thought about doing. Oh wait. Oh wait. Is it where you get the tissue paper that's already got the pictures or the designs in it? Like, that's what they were doing, like on furniture. Like, they would get tissue paper that had like floral, and then they would cut the floral out of the tissue paper, and then they would use the Mod Podge and paint it over it, and it would stay to the furniture. Is that what we're talking about? Oh, yeah, let's do some of that. But what would I put it on? What do you put it on? I'm not gonna do it on my tables. I guess you could put it on jars and stuff, right? Oh yeah. They sell it at the Dollar Tree. You can get the matte finish or the high gloss. I'm a matte finish kind of girl. I was afraid I was going to shit my pants in the car. Oh gosh. Is decoupage where you glue a lot pretty design scraps onto something? Yes. You use a paintbrush. Yeah. We should all do it together. That would be fun. Kind of like wrap, but inside clear glass. Yeah, that would be pretty. But you can't drink it. You can't drink out of it, right? Unless you do it on the outside, right? Do it on. Oh, you know what? We could probably make ornaments. Because I know at Hobby Lobby, like, they sell those little wooden ornaments. That could be cool. Get little wooden boxes off eBay and do jewelry boxes for your grands. Ah, that sounds fun. Not food safe at all. You can use gorgeous paper napkins or tissue paper that you find at TJ Maxx or Marshall's. Oh, that's so smart. I love the idea of vintage designs decoupaged onto something. Furniture sells for a lot of money. Yeah, I've seen it. And I went through that stage of having like furniture like that. Of course, I would have done better to do it myself, but now I don't mind boxes, like it'd be cute on a suitcase that you set up. Like, I've got old suitcases, right? That would be cute. Or something like that, but like on furniture, I think it's pretty, but it's not for me. Maybe, though, maybe, I just thought of something. because you guys know that that back room baby chow used to use. I'm painting that yellow. Maybe a piece of decoupage nightstand would look pretty in there, because I want to do yellow and white and pinks and soft pastel colors in there. Yeah, that might work. You got a new Nespresso machine. I've never had Nespresso ever. That's that frothy stuff, right? Christmas ornaments is a great idea. Maybe I should do that. Wow. All right. Let me look around. Let me see what we can do. What a great idea, Maggie. I used to make chandeliers and antique lampshades until skating came into my life. You know, I wouldn't even think about it now, but I used to love roller skating as well. I remember being pregnant with two of my kids in Germany, and roller skating pregnant, and really pregnant, all the way pregnant, on cobblestone streets in Germany. I loved it that much. My first pair of skates, I wanted skates so bad. I had 4 sisters and a brother, a blended family growing up, and nobody had skates where I grew up at. Everybody rode skateboards, and I wanted skates, and my dad had brought home what do you call them? The metal wheels, and I was so embarrassed, and because I knew I was going to get made fun of, and he said, you learn how to, that was back when skates were really expensive, and you had the white skates with the colored wheels and the pom-poms and the things to match, and I wanted the green ones. And my dad told me, he said, you learn how to ride these and I'll buy you some skates. Y'all, you ain't. And one of the wheels had a damn dent in it. And I learned how to ride the damn things. My dad actually bought me some skates. I couldn't freaking believe it. But I was serious about it. And I kept them skates all them years. All them years. And then, of course, I rode skateboards too, but I was just always a skater girl. I loved skating. So I get it. It's very therapeutic. Now, I could not, when my kids were growing up, it was all about the rollerblades. I tried them things once. My poor ankles hurt so bad. And then, this is when we lived in Savannah, Georgia. The kids, they had brought an ice skating rink in for the first time during the holidays. And the kids wanted to go. And so I was like, sure. And I thought to myself, I know how to skate. This cannot be that difficult. This is no lie. I could not make, y'all, my kids, because they knew how to rollerblade, they just naturals at it, right? I put those things on, and you know, I got my balance. I was fine, but I absolutely could not make myself go forward. No matter what I did, I was pushing, like pushing the stop, the toe thing, and pushing myself off, and I would glide a little bit, but when I try to get my groove, you know, like the swaying back, I couldn't go forward, but I could skate backwards. I was like, fuck it. And I never tried on skates again, because I literally, no lie, not exaggerating, I could not figure out how to go forward in the damn skate, in the ice skates. And my friend kept trying to show me over. She's like, I don't know what's wrong with you. And I was like, I couldn't figure it out. I don't know what you do different. But something was happening and it wasn't working for me. So I never tried it again. That was a little embarrassing. I wouldn't even attempt ice skating. Not now. You can still skate. It never. No, just because of my back. I ride my bike, but no, I wouldn't dare put on skates now. I could just imagine crushing my back. Oh. If you ever get to Dallas, I'll take you to a beautiful refurbished roller rink here. Biggest floor in Texas. Oh, wow. I'm surprised you guys still have them. Because like the Indianapolis area, and a lot of areas close down their skating rinks. Unless it's ice skating. Did it come with a milk frother? I used to love ice skating. Couldn't make it work. I could ice skate too, but the falls were worse on ice. Really? I didn't fall. I couldn't go anywhere. Little Skates, Texas. She can't go anywhere without me. Yeah, I'd have to get Max to come with me. She'll be much more fun than I am. I'm the same with ice skating, only backwards. What is it? I don't understand that. I might have to ask. I should have asked Mrs. Kravitz's husband because he plays hockey. And maybe I'll call her today and tell her to ask him why it was that we could only go backwards. I tried everything. I mean, my friend would push me forward, so I just started to try to do it. Nope. It made me stop, and then I would just automatically start going backwards a little bit. I could not. And then I'd flip around and just go backwards with the crowd. I was fine. But I couldn't go forward. It's easier to push when backwards on ice. Maybe that's what it is. Maggie would go right through the wall if she had skates on these days. I skate better backwards too, but I can't skate any back. And yeah, no doing that. Even though there have been times since my back surgery, I'm not going to lie, that I have skateboarded. Not a lot. Not just like I would see Baby Chow out there with his, or Bonus Child out there with his, and I'll be out there talking to him, and theirs are the wider board ones, and I'm like, just let me see. And sure enough, I'd start to fall, jump off it, pull my back, and my kids are yelling at me, don't be doing that. So, but I'd like in my brain to think I could still do it. Trying to put off the back surgery now. I just don't want to do the neck surgery. I don't want to do it, even though my daughter's already had it. My dad's had several of them. My sister's had it. And they're like, it's not a big deal. The thought of them going through the front of your neck and moving my esophagus over and moving everything over to get to the back of my spine. They don't sound like a good time. They just don't. I sent you pics on the messenger. Okay, I'll check it out. It took months to learn how to turn to skate backwards though. Now I had to figure all that out on frickin' sidewalk. I wasn't even allowed in the street. I mean, I literally had to be able to skate really, really good before my dad bought me those skates. Most of our rinks are still original owners. There are 2 big ones coming up too. We have over 15. Wow! Look at you guys! That's nice. I started at 50. Go girl. I have neck surgery in my near future, the fourth one. I'm so scared. Um, I do okay as long as I don't try to turn, as long as I don't turn my neck really fast. And my neck only goes a partial way to the left. Like, it doesn't even go all the way to my shoulder. If I turn it to my right, it will go to my shoulder. But the left starts pulling. I can feel it pulling in my neck, down my back, um, about halfway between looking straight and looking towards my shoulder. Oh, I get it from my daddy, roller skater. I hate it too, but life could be a lot worse. I mean, I had two back surgeries back to back, and it's been, I mean, I need another lower back surgery. I need to have that thing put in there. But I baby my back. I'm not lying. Y'all, you know how much I sweep. I sweep a lot, right? And then I play a game with my head. And I'm like, okay, do I feel like just hurrying and getting this pain over with and bending down, to get use the dustpan? Or am I just going to let it sit here? And it's probably half and half, where I let the pile sit there until I work up enough, like, all right, let's just hurry, kind of like getting a shot, let's just get it over with. That kind of a mentality. That's the way that I feel about it. So my husband's like, I'm going to go buy you one of those brooms and dustpans that you don't have to bend to do it. And I was like, no, don't do that. I don't want him doing that, because then the little bit that I do bend to use my back, it'll just make me stop doing it, and it'll get even stiffer and stuff. I don't want to do it. I appreciate it, but I don't. I used to skate dead fast with the wind blowing in my face. It was fabulous. The front surgery, not that bad, but they want to put a bar in the back now. That's scary. That's what they're not going to put a bar in the back. They're going to put a spacer in my in my L5, L4. And I don't want nothing in my body. I played a new game on my phone last night. It's called Cannon Them All. You shoot yellow aliens coming after you. I'm already way up in the game, in the top level. Go, girl! I have metal that has to cut. See, I'm scared of all of that. I'm so scared of all of that. Now, my daughter, who had her neck surgery, it's been, let's see, her little boy is 3, so it's been 4 years. And she is just now starting to feel, like some more pain from it. But before her insurance okayed her surgery, I mean, she must have went 6 weeks like that, where she couldn't move her neck at all. She was in so much pain before they got her in and got that done. And y'all have the greatest picture of her. How many people are in here? 16? I can't show. I'll show it over I'll show it to you guys over in Discord. But she was just waking up. And so she was still loopy, and she had asked me something, and I was like, Lori, I hate to tell you this, and I was like, but they had to cut all of your hair or something like that off. I told her something really rude, and she started crying. And I was like, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. They really didn't cut your hair off. And anyway, so I've got a picture where she's like, kind of in and out of it, little tears falling down her eyes, and she's flipping me off. And I, of course, had to put that picture on my digital cam thing, because I think it's still hilarious. This stimulator, y'all, is a game changer. No pain in my hip or leg at all now. I just hate recovery from it. How much longer do you have to go? Where you have no BLTs, no bending, lifting, or twisting. Peggy, I've played bubble shoot over 10 years. I cry when they changed it. It took me a long time to get my head around it. Maggie, you have to play Canon them all. I'm totally addicted. Maggie says it's called Crystal Cabins, but I can't access the leaderboard because it's not available. Crystal Caverns. JB, mine are 5 discs in my neck. It has to be fixed, and it's scary when it doesn't work, especially. Well, you know, because I've done my research on my back, and I mean, I've paid for my own MRIs. I've done all of it, right? Just because I know there's no way I could do the therapy that they want me to do, that insurance requires you to do before they'll pay for MRIs. Like, fuck you, I'll just pay it. And so I paid for 2 MRIs, 6 months apart. And then I went to a chiropractor because he would x-ray my whole spine up and down. And I had x-rays of my full spine, but he was doing it like in real time. And Beefcake got to be in there with him. Hey, Lolly. And so the first x-ray I took, I was sideways to the board so that he was looking at my spine sideways. And then I saw Beefcake kind of look out from the little room around to see how I was standing, and I didn't say nothing. Then I had to turn around, face forward. He was x-raying again, and they were talking about it while they were looking at it. And then he had me flip around to the other side. And for a long time I stood there, and they both kept looking out of the room at me standing at. And then so he's like, all right, you're done. I've got all the pictures. And I was like, what's wrong? I knew. And he said, I was like, why were you guys staring out at the room? And they were like, well, we were making sure that you were standing up straight because, and then he showed me. And my spine, so I don't have scoliosis. I forget what it's called. Scoliosis is where there's a curvature up here, like around your bra strap, to your shoulders. That's where this, but mine is down, and instead of coming out, it goes way in, and then it curves to the left, like, so they thought I was like slouching with my shoulder bent down, or just kind of like, you know, standing on one leg, like with my hand on my hip. That's what it looked like I was standing like, even though I wasn't. And he's like, well, you got a bad spine. And which my doctor, y'all know my doctor, he's like, his diagnosis, you have a shit spine. We already know that. Hi, Wild Angel, good to see you. I'm taking you all into the kitchen to have a start with dinner. All right, Maggie, I'm not going to be on here much longer. I got to get over to the place that I want to go. But I'm going to go. Don't like that color too much, I don't think. Maybe I do. Do I? Well, I guess we could paint over it. Let's see. I think it should be more brown. That's okay. That's all right, roller skater girl. Stenosis, yeah, spinal stenosis. And so I have spinal stenosis and degenerative spine disease. And the first time when my back really went to shit and I had to have surgery, I went in to see my regular doctor first. And he sent me over to the neurosurgeon. And let's see what color this does. And he said, So after she did, oh yeah, I like that color better. Maybe a little bit more brown. Whenever she did my x-rays, and, because that time I did do all the therapy, I did all that crap, so the insurance paid for my x-rays and for my MRI, and, she said, yeah, we need to do surgery, and she was like, have you been in an accident or anything like that? And I was like, no, I've never been in. She's like, no car accident, no work accident, things where you've fallen off. And I was like, no, and she said, well, who in your family has spine problems? And I said, nobody that I know of, because really none of my siblings or my parents. Still brown thing. Anyways, and she said because the damage to your spine usually will only happen because of it's hereditary or you've been in a bad accident. And I was like, well, no, never been in an accident. And I was like, none of my family has back problems. And so anyway, she just dropped it. And then 4 months later, I was back in surgery and had to do it again. I'm a terrible patient. And then about a year later, I ended up finding my real father. And that man's ate up. Well, all of them are. Everybody is. On his dad's side of the family. And out of 12 kids, one of them passed when he was very, very young. So there were 11. Out of 11 of them, 8 has had several spine surgeries. And so when I went back and saw my surgeon again, I told her, I said, I figured it out. And she said, that makes sense. Now it all makes sense. And then, my middle daughter, she's already had her first back surgery. Baby Chow, y'all. Even Beefcake said this. Because, he's played football since he was 4. He played football. And he played all throughout every year until he graduated high school. And he was quarterback, and he's taken some really bad hits where he's had to have some things done with his back. And the doctor, I of course sent him to my surgeon, and my dad also has seen my surgeon, and she's done surgery on his back twice as well. And she told him, she said, a lot of this could be hereditary, but she said playing that ball right there probably didn't help any of this. And I couldn't believe when Beefcake told me, because he felt so bad that his back is already so screwed up that if he had known how hereditary it was in my family, that he may have rethought letting him play that kind of ball. We know how that would have turned out. I think we need to be called the bad back neck gals. It seems we all have it. Oh, it's terrible. None of my siblings though have it, and my mom didn't have any back problems at all. Like me and my children's two of the 4 that I gave birth to. I thought I had been in an accident. They thought I'd been in an accident too. I know it happened to me, but I never had an accident. Double shot espresso, brown sugar. Now I remember why. Now I remember why I never had espresso, because they put those that sweet stuff in it. Ugh. Pink Peony, it's been so long. I hope you're well. Best tart. Wait now, Leaning, still patiently waiting for your tutorial recipe for the best tart sauce ever. What is the tart sauce? I forget. I'm sorry. Tell me. Iced coffee. No, negative. Not doing iced coffee. I think it's disgusting. But like Beefcake, if his coffee gets cold, he'll go in there and, you know, put some hot coffee into it, or he'll put it in the microwave. Me, y'all, I just Google that. I just juggle that. This stuff is so cold right now because I've been talking. I just chug it. It don't bother me if my coffee gets cold. I just chug it. Oh, tartar sauce. I need to make tartar sauce. Why haven't I made it the tartar sauce? Why haven't I done that? Well, it's almost cooking season. Y'all know I really hate to cook, but you girl, you know, Lainey's gonna be in that kitchen and we're gonna be making shit together. Just cause it's what you do in the fall. You have to make shit and act like. Y'all, I was a really good mom when my kids were younger. Like, I never complained about cooking. I made the world's best coffee cake. That's the only thing I baked. That's the only thing I baked. Besides when we lived in Germany. In Germany, it's not like they, you know, we didn't have money go on the economy for a bakery, so I had to make those cakes that I never took out of the cake pan. I just frosted it on the inside because I didn't know no better. It was shit, y'all. It was all shit. I've made blueberry muffins out of blueberry, but needless to say, I don't bake. I don't enjoy it, and it messes up my kitchen. But I was a pretty decent mom. Like, I cooked every night. Dinner was on the damn table, 5 o'clock every night. And, it was always a meat, vegetable, and potato because that's how I was taught. I was supposed to cook. There was I didn't have any crock pots. My mom didn't have crock pots. Whatever would go into a crock pot, I learned how to make it on the stove. I mean, that's how everybody did it before crock pots, right? So that's what I was doing. And I think that's why now I just don't like to cook that much, because it's a reminder of how I was supposed to live. Thank God Beefcake, he's just like, you don't want to cook, don't cook. In fact, on the way home last night, he texted me from work and he's like, I'm on my way home. He said, you want, I gotta add some more white to that as soon as it dries a little bit. He said, I'm on my way home. Do you want brats tonight? That'll be easy. You see how nice he is to me? Your pumpkin painting is beautiful. Coffee cakes are divine, especially with crumble chocolate. Yes, that's how. Okay, what did I got on me? Let's go outside and smoke. Okay, y'all want to go smoke with me real quick? Everybody, light up, light up. Maggie's cooking. She's in the background. Let's go smoke real quick. Say hi to Newt. Hi, Newt. Hi, Newtstopher. Hi, little girl. Little girl. Come on. Where's Wednesday? Wednesday. Where's Wednesday? Where's Wednesday? There's Wednesday. There's Wednesday. Is that your Wednesday? Is that your baby? Yeah. Let's go smoke. Y'all want to smoke? Let's go smoke. Smoking, tonkin', let's go. All right. Anyways, so I think that is why I don't like to cook. Now, if it's if it's like Thanksgiving and things like that, there are certain things I don't mind making because I like mine better than anybody else's. And it's just tradition. And Christmas as well. And then Halloween, I always spend it at my oldest son's house. That's where we all congregate. He kind of lives in this really big, popular neighborhood. There's only 2 neighborhoods actually in the town he lives in. So we all, and so I always make, I mean, that big roaster thing full of chili because y'all got a lot of grandkids. And so we have Frito pie on every year for Halloween, and then the same stuff y'all have for Thanksgiving probably, and then almost the same stuff for Christmas. So I don't mind doing that. It's just everyday cooking. Isn't that such a drag? Don't you guys think that's a drag, having to cook every day and figure out some? And then when it's just me and Beefcake here, what the fuck are we eating? I mean, and then so for probably over a year, he doesn't eat that many carbs anymore. So I'm like, okay, you just want me to make a meat and a vegetable? And he's like, yes. And how many fucking ways can you make vegetables, y'all? I mean, I gotta take this out of here just a second, so, because I can't read chat with this. I have it backwards. Okay, there. How many ways can you make vegetables? And I mean, how many ways can you make meat? I've run out, after a year, I've run out of ideas. And I'm sick of it. Hey, Hope's Echo. I love your idea, Leanie, doing that for Halloween. I thought of y'all doing that. Yeah. Well, because the kids are, my kids are always busy with their kids, getting them dressed, taking them out, you know what I mean? Usually, well, at least 5 times a year, 5 times, it falls on a weekday, so they have school the next day and work the next day. They don't have time to cook, so it's just easier for me just to make that big old thing of chili. And I usually will walk around one time with them, with the littles, and then the littles are usually done. They want to stay because my son goes all out with the candy and he's got a projector, so he plays a cartoon on his like old Halloween cartoons that my kids used to watch. He plays those on his garage door. You wouldn't believe the kids that just want to stand there and watch it and forget that they're supposed to be trick-or-treating. So it's just, and then there's always usually some left over, just depending on how many people come over and eat. And then they could freeze it, you know. So there's not much. There's maybe enough left. Because I always do that, and then I'll do like a pot of rice to go with it. Because I like chili with rice. And, but most everybody else likes Frito pie. But yeah, we need to do, I forgot about the tartar sauce. How did I forget about that? It was really nice. Hope to try it this fall. Oh, please try it and let me know. Please try it and let me know. We moved my daughter last weekend. It now takes me 27 minutes to get to her house, whereas 55 before. Wow. Bye, Skater. It is good to see you. Girl, can you imagine what Skater's legs look like? She's probably cut. Her legs are probably just tone AF. Skating, man. Her thigh muscles must be spectacular. God, if I think about it too much, I'm going to hate Skater Girl. I'll never talk to her again. I'm just kidding. Oh, you eat chili with rice too? Yeah, it's good.
I love rice though. I could eat rice every day. I literally could eat rice every day. My favorite way, and some people are probably gonna gross out, and it's okay, is just to make rice, heat up a can of stewed tomatoes with a little bit of butter in them, and just pour stewed tomatoes over rice with a lot of pepper, y'all. In fact, whenever my stomach is really, really bothering me, that's what I eat. That's what I eat. Rice and stewed tomatoes. Did you ever try Skyline chili? That crap is so nasty. No, no, no. People in Oklahoma, Skyline chilies in Oklahoma too, and people in Oklahoma swear by it. And I put a lot of different kinds of beans and stuff in my chili, so maybe a lot of people wouldn't like it. Because like one of my I put garbanzo beans in as one of the beans that I use for mine, and my oldest daughter doesn't like garbanzo beans, so that's the only bean that anybody's ever complained about being put in it. So before I put the can of garbanzo beans in it, I'll scoop her out a little bit and then just add the garbanzo beans. Chili beans and cornbread. Tried it for what? Tried it for the first time at school cafeterias. Oh, I thought you meant just now you tried it for the first time. Oh, I was gonna have to bring you over here so I could feed you. Would love that. I make tomato gravy over rice. See, I don't know how to make tomato gravy. I just pop the can, girlfriend, put it in the microwave, and I just go to town on that. It has cinnamon in it. Beans are delish. The cinnamon is the gross part. The only thing I think I really put cinnamon in that maybe other people don't is, do you guys make stuffed peppers or stuffed cabbage? I make, I don't make stuffed cabbage that often because even though I love it, it just takes more work. And why would I want to work that much for me and Beefcake? And his favorite is 100%. He loves every kind of pepper. And so I usually make stuffed peppers. And inside my mixture, I put cinnamon in it. Not a lot, just enough, just enough. Hopes does black beans in your chili with kidney beans. Yeah, I do chili beans, kidney beans, but I have to be the light red, garbanzo beans, and black beans in mine. In fact, I told Beefcake last night because I went to bed, so I'd said goodnight to him and he thanked me for dinner, and I was like, look, I'm really craving some fried potatoes. Because, y'all, we don't eat that many carbs now that Beefcake doesn't eat them. Why would I make them for myself? So if I make anything, usually it's just, my rice. Or if he is wanting a carb, usually it's a baked potato. Hi, Ann's Place. But I'm craving brown beans, cornbread. I call them brown beans and cornbread and fried potatoes. Do you guys ever eat that? I started adding cinnamon to my chicken soup. Love it. What? I've never done that. Just a cinnamon stick? I've never heard of that before, but I mean, that sounds good. I need to get it like 10 degrees cooler. If it's, I told Beefcake, I said, the minute it gets like 10 degrees cooler, I need some brown beans in this house. We still have peppers in the garden. I'm going to take some sausage and cream and stuff the jalapenos and wrap them with bacon, man. Oh, that sounds good too. You know, Beefcake don't eat any kind of sour cream. He doesn't eat cream cheese. He doesn't eat anything like that. And I'm like, you don't know what you're missing. And he's like, no. He said, sour cream's already telling you it's bad. It's sour. And I was like, you're an idiot. But sometimes, you know what I did? He doesn't like yogurt. I love yogurt. I don't know if y'all like it, but like just a plain vanilla yogurt, I love it. And so I had bought some Greek yogurt, plain Greek, no, no flavor or nothing. Y'all, I add it to the mashed potatoes. And he didn't know it. I made him some mashed potatoes. This was like 6 months ago or something. And, because, you know, I used to put like sour cream, not a lot, just enough to, I don't know, give it a different flavor. And he hated it because he hates sour cream. And so I heard somebody say they put yogurt inside their mashed potatoes. I tried it. Y'all, he didn't know. He didn't know. And I told him afterwards. He said I could tell, because I asked him if he liked them. He said I could tell you did something to them, but they tasted good. And I told him I put yogurt in them, that I had seen that. And he was like, that was pretty good. I'd eat that again. Hello, little doughboy. Good to see you. Girl, I'd be done cooking by the time you got here. You know what's funny is the South. Like my mom, she would just make brown beans and cornbread, and then sometimes a pot of rice to go with it. I think I got so used to rice, my mom used to make it so much because it's such a filler and it's cheap for as many kids as we had, you know? And so that's what I did. I just made a lot of rice. But then I moved to Oklahoma and they all made fried potatoes with it. I was like, oh, this is different. And now I can't make them without fried potatoes now. It's so weird. All right, 4th teaspoon fennel seeds. What? See, I've never put none of that stuff in there. Kosher salt with all the veggies. I started, this is, okay, what I started doing was making my own chicken stock. Because especially in the fall, I've found myself going through like a lot of chicken stock. So I do watch some, you know, I like watching homemaking stuff, and I saw this lady and everything she would cut off, like the tops of her celery and the peels of her onions, and just and the tops of her carrots, and the, you know, the things that we usually throw away. She put them all in a pot. I was like, what the hell is she doing with that? And then like 2 days later, when I was watching her, she pulled the pot back out of the refrigerator and she boiled it really slow, like really, really slow, and put, I think it was 2 chicken thighs into it. Just regular whole chicken thighs into it. And she boiled it in this big soup pot, and she put those seeds in it. She put a bunch of stuff in it, and the recipe's on there. And she's like, I never ever buy chicken stock anymore because we're throwing away all this good vegetables, and that's what it is. And I was like, oh, I think that's fabulous. As many vegetables as I have to cook for beefcake. So I started making it. Y'all probably already do. But I didn't catch on to that till this year. My hubs has to have potatoes every night. That's the way beefcake used to be. Oklahomians are big potato people too. I was like, even now, I've been with him for 25 years, and even now he's like, you want a baked potato? I'm like, no. Now, a sweet potato, y'all. When I was a little girl, my dad cooked every Sunday morning. It was his thing. And he would make bacon, grits, eggs, potatoes, fried onions and peppers. I mean, the whole works, right? And little sausage links and brown gravy. And sometimes he would get the sweet potatoes and he would cut them up into slices, and he would fry them in butter. And oh my God, you guys, oh, But I lived in California, and the only time we ever really got sweet potatoes was like at Christmas and at Thanksgiving because they were more expensive. So my parents couldn't afford, that. Y'all. So when, I don't know, Dad got money for something, he would buy about 3 of those big ass sweet potatoes. Woo! And he would fry them up, and oh shit, I loved it so much. And he would sprinkle just the tiniest, when he's frying it, tiniest faint amount of cinnamon on them as well. And they already had that buttery flavor. Y'all. See, now I want to cook. You're going to think that I've lost my marbles. I also add a peeled, okay, julienne apple. Love it. Wait, to what? Wait. To the chicken stock? Listen, I'll try anything one time. I loved baked sweet potato. Me too. Me too. I would rather a sweet potato any day. Like if we go out to eat, Beefcake did talk me into going out to eat the night before last. And I got a sweet potato. I love I would rather have that than a regular baked potato. But what do you put the pear or the apple in? Love it when you say that, Leanie. What did I say? Y'all? Oh, y'all? That's a southern thing. Y'all? The chicken soup with the carrot, celery, and... Okay, I never thought about doing that, but I'm not opposed. I am not opposed at all. I was watching this lady. She's over in Russia. And it's just her and her mother living. I'm just amazed. Sometimes when I like start freaking out over my house and I want to tear down walls or paint or get, when I start hating my house again and I have to change things up, I feel so ashamed because sometimes I'll watch YouTube where people like over in Russia are living like 7 people to a house. This last one I watched, it was 11 people to this house, and you rent a room, but you have a shared kitchen. Like 2 of the rooms in the house have their own bathrooms. The other ones have 2 community bathrooms. And y'all, I'm just like, I should be ashamed, and I am ashamed. But anyways, I was watching this lady who, she lives in this little small, it looks like a shed. What we would consider a shed in the States. And she took 2 huge, I think they looked like Granny Smith apples. Maybe not. Maybe they were the yellow apples, the really big yellow apples. And she boiled them for hours and hours. And she was talking about, so it's like the voiceover is being talked over in English. And she was like, she put 2 huge apples inside this water, and she put like cloves, like 2 pieces of cloves in the water. I think she added a little bit of salt, a little bit brown sugar, and she just let them boil until they were almost done. And then she cut them like in half in the boiling water and just boiled them for just a little while longer. And I'm watching her like because all she said was, now I boil 2 big apples. And y'all, what she did with it was she put it on a plate, and then she cut the halves in half again, so now it's in 4ths, and she set it in front of her mom, and that's what her mom was having for lunch. And I was like, what? But I thought, oh shit, that sounds so good. But for me, I would be like, where's the ice cream? where's the whipped cream? But you have to think about how they live. You know what I mean? Like that was her lunch, her mom's lunch, these huge apples. And I thought that was fabulous. I would have never thought to boil apples that huge like that. Hey, Rapper. I don't have energy to bottle things anymore. You mean to can them? I wouldn't have, even now, I wouldn't mind helping someone can for 30 minutes. And I do mean 30 minutes. But after that, I'm probably done. Now, if someone wants to can and give me your canned goods, I'm your girl. Y'all, I will tear that mess up and be completely happy for it. But I have no desire to can. I mean, I'll help somebody that really needs help for like 30 minutes. After that, no, I'll video. I'll do something for you. It's a lot of work. People who can, I think Lunch Lady still cans. And it's a lot of work. That's dedication. Dedication. And I know you save a lot of money doing it. I know it. I watch the Presley Girls. If y'all don't, I think I sent you the Presley Girls, Lunch Lady, to watch. Tipper Presley, the Appalachia Life. I watch them a lot, and they grow all their gardens. They can everything. And they can deer meat. They can roast. They can everything. Now, I do know a lady who my mom had decided she was going to go over and help her can. She asked me to come along. I came along because I heard there were goats and horses. That's why I went. So I went in there to go see exactly what this process was, right? And she has a cellar. And she was canning, I think, beets and green beans. And there were some cans that she needed taken down to the cellar. And I was like, I can do that. And I went down to the cellar, y'all, there was all these jars of food. I could not believe it. It was like a grocery store. And some of it grossed me out. Seriously grossed me out. I went back up with a can of this white stuff with this other whiter stuff in it. And I was so grossed out by it. And it had juice in it. And I was like, what is this? And she's like, oh, honey, that's canned chicken. I was like, excuse me. And she said, yeah. She said, I can chicken. Y'all, I was, don't sit me down to the dinner table with your canned meats. And I said, so all that other nasty shit you got going down there, that brown in juice. And she said, some of it's deer meat, some of it's roast, some of it's, and I was like, I'll take all the veggies you got, but you can keep that nasty ass looking spam wannabe shit. No, ain't doing it. You love it canned? Oh, I can't. Even when I watch Tipper Presley. Ooh, and they can everything. And when they open up those jars and she's heating them up, I'm like, bleh. I just can't. It reminds me of Spam and Vienna sausages. And ain't doing it. Not me. No way, no how. Lunch Lady still cans. It's so much better for you, right? I didn't can anything yet this season because I have so much to use. No weird stuff. I get it. Like there's no preservatives and stuff in it. I get it. It just looks so terrible. I have even met the grandkids face to face, and I canned chicken once, never again. It looks so gross. But canned deer meat is the way to go. I canned pork barbecue, and boy, was that a game saver for me all day, having to feed them in. I understand. Yeah, but no, I'm not eating no canned meat. Corned beef is great. I don't even know how to make corned beef. My son-in-law made and I love corned beef. I make corned beef and cabbage. And my son-in-law did a corned beef brisket. on the smoker. Well, when I was invited was last year. And I was like, damn. I tried making it one time. This was years ago, way before I met Beefcake. And y'all, it tasted like shit. I mean, it was tough. I don't know what I did wrong. I just thought meat, you just cook meat the same way every time. 350 for an hour. Oh no. Remember, because I had to teach myself how to cook. Aloha, Sean. Good to see you. I freeze a lot too now. I love tomatoes frozen. Yeah, we froze a lot of tomatoes last year. And I love beans frozen, like, what do you call them? The lima beans, the little green ones. I like it when you take beans like that and you blanch them, and then after they've cooled off, you freeze them. Love that stuff. You baked a corned beef. No, I think I baked a brisket, but I thought it was corned beef. I think it was corned beef brisket is what I baked. It was disgusting. I threw it away. There's been a lot of throwing away in my life of probably perfectly good food that I just didn't cook very well. Canned peaches by Del Monte are delicious. Oh, and the juice, pink peony. Do you drink the juice, girlfriend? There are a couple of canned fruits. I do like the peaches and do like the pears. And both of those, I have to drink the juice out of it. They both like cooking, but don't know if they will like canning. Maybe now that two of my grown sons are here. Yeah, your sons do cook. They cook good. I have watched them. Love the syrup. Yes, girl. Yes, girl. And on top of, either peaches or pears or pineapple on top of cottage cheese with a lot of pepper. Oh, heaven. I'm in heaven. Our plan is also to give the baby fresh food, pureed, no canned baby food. Have y'all seen the price of? No, I haven't. Well, I mean, it's only, so long that they're on pureed food before you become a mama bird and you just start chewing that shit for them and then feeding it to them, right? I mean, I'm going to be real. That's the way I did all my babies. Well, I breastfed, so, I don't remember. I know my baby Chow, I breastfed till he was 15 months old, and I was like, I'm done. I'm just done. And he was the longest one. My shortest one was 4 months because I had an asthma attack, and they had to put me on 2 different types of medicine. They had to put me on prednisone and something else, and I couldn't breastfeed the baby taking that stuff. So, and then the other 2, I think I nursed until they were like 8 months old. Then they just went straight on the cup. But my baby Chow, like, I wanted him to be, I even still want him to be a baby, and he's not. I wanted him to have a child life, be a baby as long as he can, not try to make him walk the minute he stands up or potty train, even though he was the easiest to potty train, the minute a month before he turned 2, and you know what I mean? Like off the bottle, the minute he turns 1. I walked the line even with my other older 3. I didn't sleep with them. We had a schedule we had to follow. We had this. We had a timeline of when they're supposed to be doing stuff and how they're supposed to be doing it, so I had to make sure those happened. So it was a funny thing when I got pregnant with baby Chow and I got further along, and at my baby shower I was given a crib, and Beefcake set it up in the room, and I just kind of looked at him and I was like, is the baby, and I hadn't even had baby Chow yet, and I was like, is the baby going to be okay to sleep with us? And he's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh God. And I was like, I'm just asking, is it okay if the baby sleeps with us? He's like, well, why wouldn't it? And I was like, Oh, okay. And he's like, no, seriously, why wouldn't it? And I was like, because when I had my other three, I wasn't allowed to sleep with my babies. And he said, it's your baby. Do what you want to do with your baby. And so it was a different life with baby Chow. It was just like, I wasn't on, there wasn't any pressure for him to crawl, even though he did. There wasn't no pressure for him to walk. There wasn't no pressure if he wanted to walk on his tippy toes. I didn't have to push his feet down and tell him no. You know what I mean? Like all this weird stuff. Try to switch my child from riding with her left hand to her riding with her right hand. Ah, it was a pure joy. And plus I was older. I mean, I was 34 when I had baby Chow. So it just was, man, I would relive that any second of any day. All those years with him again. It's the way that having babies should be. That child slept with us. He literally had to pull himself away. It was terrible. His dad had, for his fourth birthday, I'm sorry, we bought him one of those beds that you could play underneath. You know, you kind of walk up the stairs and it's like 4 stairs and 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 they lay on top up there and then you walk back down and then underneath's like a little fort. It was a cool bed and it had a regular size twin mattress in it and he was super excited about it, right? He got his own bed and he got to pick it out and it was cool. And I made his bed and put his nice bedding on it. Frickin' Beefcake left that day that he put it together that morning. That day he had to go out of town for 3 days for work. And here comes baby Chow, it's time to go to bed. And he climbs up into his bed, y'all. And I was like, laying in my bed and I was reading him his story because I read to my kids all the time. I read him a story and he's like, all right, Mom, turn the light out. Let's go to sleep. And I was like, okay. So I turned the lamp out and I'm just laying there. Beefcake's not there. My baby isn't there. And I was like, hey, Boo. I was like, you want to just come sleep with me tonight? And he's like, no. Oh, I got a coffee. Thank you so much, lunch lady. He was like, no. And I was like, can you just, I mean, your dad's not here and I don't want to sleep by myself. Anyways, I ended up being able to talk him into leaving his bed and coming into my bed. And then he had to be gone for 3 nights. So I talked him into it all 3 nights. And then by the time his dad got home, he would go in and take naps in his bed. But when it was time to go to bed, I would just kind of be looking at him. Anyways, suffice to say, my kid slept with me until he went to school, his kindergarten year. And he still had that damn bed in my room that he would take naps in. And I remember the night, his dad was there the night before he went to school. And I was like, he's like, I'm going to school. Tomorrow I'm going to sleep in my bed. 16 months. Thank you so much. Bye, Ann. Good to see ya. You sent me a latte. Well, I'm going to take mine without sugar in it. Thank you so much. Anyways, baby child told me, Mom, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. I'm right here. You're going to be okay. Turn over and face Dad. You're going to be okay. It was terrible, y'all. So he slept with me until he was 5. He literally slept in my room until he was like 8 or 9, where he took his mattress off his bed and laid it on the floor next to me because now we had moved to another house. So my room wasn't big enough for all of our beds. So he took his mattress off his bed, brought it into the floor right next on my side. He slept down there. And then about a month later, he moved the mattress. This is all him doing it himself. He moved the mattress to the foot of the bed down there. So now he's further away from me. And I don't know how much longer after that he moved it into his room and he started sleeping in his room where I was sleeping. How my bed was and his bed was, I could look through my door into his door and I could see him sleeping on his bed, and he could me too. And I was like, Boo, what are you doing? And he said, Mom, he's like, I'm in school. I think it was like the 3rd grade. He's like, I don't need my friends finding out that I'm still sleeping in your room. And that's how he got out of my room. I held on with everything that I could to keep that kid in my room with me. And I think the 3rd grade is when he was like, I'm done. Like, you're fine. And he's been a lunch lady 17 months. What up? Well, I know Lizzo has been in fact, I think everybody's been for 17 months. Lizzo, poor Lizzo, had to go missing for a little while, so she missed one of her months. But yeah, 17. I can't believe it's been 17 months. I was thinking last night, you guys, do you realize what all we've been through together? We have been through marriages of our kids, marriages of subs, like women here, right? We've been through grandbabies. We've been through pets. We've been through death of pets. We've been through death of family members. We've been through moving houses. We've been through buying new vehicles. We've been through everything together. Everything. I was sitting there trying to remember who all got married, who all became grandparents, who all had another grandbaby. And then it just started coming to me. I was like, oh my God, we've been through everything, I think, except for a divorce. Haven't we? Hi, Amy. Good to see you. We've been through menopause together. Yes. Amazing. I mean, it's been 17 months since it's been monetized. It's been a little longer than that. February be 2 years. And I mean, we've already been through a lifetime of things together. I was thinking about that too, thinking about panicking in my car before Bub's wedding, and you got me through that. And you were so pretty. You were so pretty. I know, we've gotten each other through I mean, Miss Barbara having to talk me all the, 2.5 hours, 3 hours all the way home during the night so I didn't fall asleep or get lost in the cornfields, I mean, we've just been there, It's amazing to me. Mobile Mechanic, good to see you. You've been through menopause. Yeah, we all have. It's amazing what we've gone through together. I mean, God's given us a lifetime together already. And I think I've got the newest grandbaby coming now. I got one coming. Is this October? No, tomorrow's October, right? I think at the end of October. The baby's not due until like the 17th of November. No, the baby's due, yeah, around the 17th. And I told her that the 13th worked better for me. And then because she's got high blood pressure problems, they want to take the baby at 37 weeks. So that would put right around Halloweenish. Now, she thinks she's going into labor or going to have a baby on Halloween. She's got another thing coming. That was difficult enough to have the last grandbaby on Christmas Eve and drive all the way to... no, that baby came on the 23rd. So, late on the 23rd. So, on Christmas Eve, we drove to Illinois and then all the way back on Christmas Eve. And that was a rough Christmas Eve. So she thinks that and then what? She was in the hospital. The one who's pregnant now was in the hospital on her daughter's birthday. Poor thing. And I was like, we're not canceling this. Mammy's just going over, and we're going to have this party because there are too many parties going on. I cannot do any more parties because y'all, August and September, every weekend's filled up with somebody's birthday in my family. It's terrible. And I was like, nope, we're doing it. And so we just did the party. So she thinks she's getting out of Halloween. She's got nothing coming. That's not, it's like my sister, trying to get out of Thanksgiving the year she had her daughter. I was like, negative. Get in there and cook dinner. It's one of my favorite birth stories to ever tell, and it's not even mine. I bet she cooked me dinner before she went to the hospital. I did the dishes. Calm down, everybody. I cleaned up. Your oldest daughter was born on Halloween. Wow. This year, Bub will be married 1 year. Oh my God. It doesn't seem like that long ago. That is crazy. I am going to smoke this last cigarette with y'all, then I'm going to go jump in the shower because I have got to go to therapy. I can't believe it was a year ago. I cannot believe it. You were showing us dresses. You got a dress. You had to send that dress back because you didn't like it once you got it. And then you got another dress. Oh. And then remember Joyce doing her own freaking wedding? And we were like, what? She cooked for all them people. Oh my God. That was the first wedding we went through. Her doing her own and cooking for all her. Oh man. And then you doing everything for your sons. Oh God. I just feel that because for my oldest son, I did his wedding too. And I did it at my house. And it was tough. It was really, really tough. Because I actually had to, they had the ceremony in my backyard. Then they left to go take pictures at the covered bridge. And I had 1 hour to switch from the ceremony to the reception, bring out tables, tablecloths, all the stuff for the flowers, for the centerpieces, had to move the arches, had to do this, turn on all the lights, put on all the candles. Well, all while her mother stood there chit-chatting and drinking. Ooh, almost punched a bitch. When she came through that line, because my sister catered it for me. And so it was the year of COVID and 2020. And so, of course, we had a buffet line, but we served, right? So we didn't let no one touch the food. We served their plates. They could just tell us what they wanted on the plate. When that bitch, me and my sister hadn't even sat down or danced one dance or had one drink. And here comes the mother of the bride through the line again. And she was like, oh, I want some more of that. What I forget what. They had some kind of beef or whatever. She's like, that was good. I was like, was it, Julie? Was it good? Because we haven't eaten yet. And she's like, well, you're the mother of the groom. And I was like, I'm a punch a bitch. My sister grabbed my hand because it was going to be terrible, y'all. I was going to grab that bitch by the back of the head and throw it into her plate. I'm not kidding you when she said that to me. I could not fucking believe it. Couldn't fucking believe it. Go sit your fat ass over there and eat. And then so I just kept yelling across the yard, right? Julie, are you full yet? That was me. And then how about this? She's a dumb bitch, y'all. How about this? So my daughter-in-law's dad was living in California, and he didn't come to the wedding. There's was struggles there, whatever. So my future daughter-in-law, stayed the night with me before her wedding, which I loved, and because I pampered her. She was gonna be my daughter-in-law, even though I've known her since she was a teenager. But I wanted to welcome her to the family. Beefcake had for for all of our girls, for our two girls that got married, he bought them a set of pearls and matching earrings to wear on their wedding day if they wanted to, right? It's just a gift he had always given them the night before they got married. So I didn't know it, but he bought hers too. And so we were sitting out on my back porch. She was fixing to go to bed, and he came out and handed her a gift. And I was like, hold on. I had to videotape it because I didn't know he bought her pearls. And she just started bawling because she knew that he had bought the girls as pearls. And so she knew what it was. Well, my phone was fixing to die, right? And I was like, hurry up and open it. My phone's going to die. So she opened it. We all bawled, right? And so Beefcake had already told me that he wanted to have a father-daughter dance with her since her dad wasn't going to be there, to help him pick out, if I would mind help him pick out a song. So I did. I picked out Rascal Flatts' My Wish for You. And so anyways, Ashley, sorry, I didn't mean to dox my daughter-in-law's name. Her dumb mother. I was still standing behind the food, closing it all up, making sure nobody with COVID touched my food, right? And they had called, they had a live DJ had called the bride to this stage, which was my backyard. We had a, what do you call it, a dance floor put down. And she walked out. She didn't know what was going on. And then he started playing the song, and my husband walks up to her. She starts crying. Everybody's crying because they know about her dad, and he dances with her, that song. Do y'all know what? Her dumb ass mother, in the middle of that song, went up and tapped my husband on the shoulder and said, "Can I cut in?" Now, my husband, if you piss him off really good, oh, it's ugly. It's ugly. But because he's got couth, he knew better than to say, "No, you dumb bitch." He was like, okay. And so he walked off the dance floor. And my daughter-in-law danced with her mom for just a minute, and you could tell just the look on her face. She was mortified that had just happened because her own mother didn't plan a dance with her, knowing that the father wasn't coming. I mean, you would think as a mom, you just step in. We just do the mom things, we do the damn thing, right? And so she had told her mom something, and Beefcake had walked over and was standing next to me, and her mom walked off the dance floor, and she went over, and before the song ended, and she grabbed Beefcake's hand again, and they went and finished the dance on the dance floor, and she apologized to him, and he was like, "I know your mother." We could all be rude together. We just weren't rude out loud. But I couldn't believe that fucking bitch did that. Can you believe that? But my son, because she comes every Halloween, she comes every birthday, she comes every this, every that. That's my daughter-in-law's mother. Even though they don't really get along, it's still, her mother. My son does not talk to her at all. Not hello, not goodbye, not kiss my ass, not how are you doing. He could give a shit less. Because she's just that vile of a human being. But what my daughter-in-law does not know, nobody but me knows. My son-in-law told me, and it's only because I caught him one day doing it. My daughter-in-law's grandmother is 100. No, I'm sorry. My daughter-in-law's grandmother is 98 years old. Y'all, she gets around better than me. She's a little forgetful, but not much. She's a Trump supporter. She had to tell us all about that at the party that I had to put on for my grandchild because they were in the hospital with you know, the pregnant mom, and it was her grandma that was there. And what his wife doesn't know, and they've been married now they just celebrated, it's in September. I think they just celebrated six years or something. For 6 years since he married into that family, every week, either he delivers if he's in town, or he has a delivery of flowers every week sent to her grandmother, to her. She's in a assisted living home now. Y'all, she lived in her own home up until about 5 years ago, and they finally moved her into an assisted living, and she doesn't like it, but she doesn't hate it. She only doesn't like it because she realizes she's older. But she still walks, she still dances, she still talks, she's still everything. And I love having discussions with her, but my son sends her flower, and she knows they're from him. But he told her, I don't need, this is between you and me. This is something I would do for your daughter, which is my daughter-in-law's mother. He's like, but it's not a secret that we don't get along. He said, so I want to send you flowers and thank you for helping raise my wife. Every week, every week, whether he can get there to hand her flowers or not, he sends flowers to her door. And he's done it since he's been married. And his wife and her mother don't know anything about it. Nobody knows. The only reason I know is because one day when I was working with him, he was like, oh, crap. He's like, hold on, Mom, I got to make a phone call. And we were out of town. And I was like, okay. And I was just sitting there. I thought it was a work phone call or whatever, because we were going somewhere. And he called a florist. And I just figured he was calling to send us, because he's always sending, like, he'll show up at his daughter's school on their birthdays, on Valentine's Day, and gives them flowers and candy, ever since they were little girls, because he always wanted them to know that he was the first man that ever did that stuff. And so even today, now that they're 17, 16 years old, and he's got littles in school, he still makes the rounds to the schools and to his wife's work if she's working. So I thought he was just calling in flowers for someone, because it's what he does. And I found out because he had said her name and her address. And I was like, why are you sending Granny flowers? And he's like, I was like, is it a birthday? And he's like, no. And then he finally explained it to me. He's like, I don't ever want her knowing. I don't need her mother knowing. I don't need my wife knowing. That's between me and Granny. And he said, I'll always do it. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I raised such a good kid. Now, if y'all think I get flowers, no. But that's only because I hate fucking flowers. They die. And I don't want them sent to me. Go pick me some flowers and bring them in. It sounds like a sap. Who is this? G. Carroll. That is a sock account, you guys. I forget who it is. Who is it? Damn it. Help me out here, you guys. Feels the need to step up his game. My son-in-law. But I'm going to tell you, he don't have nothing to do with his mother-in-law, and that goes way back before they were married. Way back. Way back. And she's just not a nice human. She's just not. I think she's jealous of, the way that I see it is that she is jealous of my son and her daughter's relationship, like, kind of like that my son took away her best friend or something. You know, some parents are like that. And when my son wouldn't allow her to come into the house and be like, why don't you do it like this and why don't you do it like that, or change that over, be that kind of a mother to her daughter in the house. They just don't talk, and they're absolutely fine with it. I've been meaning to ask you about the guy that was showing up to work with your son. Is he still showing up? No, he's done with that job. So that job's over. And but he worked for about 3 weeks with him, Monday through Friday. He didn't show up on the weekends, but Monday through Friday. And the work was ending. He never asked my boy for a ride. He just showed up. He was there every morning and left every day at 4 o'clock. My son paid him out of pocket and told him that the job was ending, and gave him his number and told him if he ever had to come back to that site that he, you know, to give him a call every now and then, and he would let him know if he was in town. He's never heard from him since. I didn't expect him to. I don't think he's got a phone. I wouldn't think he did, but what a great story, right? Such a great story. I forgot about him truly, because I asked him what was going to happen to him after that job was done. And he said, I don't know. He said, I don't ask him about his life. I don't. I just ask him if he's okay. I make sure he's got the money. And like, a lot of times he would buy, depending on how late they work, like lunch or dinner for his whole crew. And he made sure to buy him food too, so they didn't have to spend their own money if they were working overtime or something like that. But man, I haven't even prayed for that guy because I forgot about him. I prayed a lot for him when he was there. I never talked to him. I would just say hi. Because my son told me, he's like, because that's not that he told me it's not the first person that he's hired like that. He's just the only person that kept coming back day after day. And he's like, you just don't talk to him, Mom. He said, don't get in their business. He said, because first of all, you never know who's going to take advantage of you with a sob story. And he said, second of all, they could be dangerous. You don't know what they're walking up here with. And he's like, so don't talk to them. Just keep going. They ask you a question, answer it, keep walking. Or say, fine, whatever my son's name is. And so I did. And he was, I think that's good that he does that, because he worries me, getting him in the truck with them, finding him off the street corners. And, anyways, I'm going to be bothered now until I figure out, Lizzo, who is it? You know who it is. Lizzo knows everything. Lizzo, who was that troll account that Lunchy blocked or timed out? What was the name? I've seen it somewhere before and everybody figured out who it was. Ew, it's 85 degrees there. I wonder what it is here. He is a good man. He is and I'm not just saying it because he's my son. I have really good-hearted kids. Still trying to meet up from the Women's Canoe Racing Championship that happened Sunday. Women competed this year. That's amazing. Oh, damn, Lizzo. I know, I've seen that name before. I've seen it. It's definitely a troll account. So anytime we do see it, if you didn't block them, just block them. Send a floating heart. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. You know what? I'm going to get off here. I've got to go see my sister and sing to her the Rehab song by Amy Winehouse, just because it's funny. But anyways, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. And thank you to the mods for keeping chat safe, fun, healthy. Thank you to those that just sat in the naked bushes. I hope you had a good time up there. We try to keep the red light running. I love you guys, and I will see you next time. Maggie, love you, girl. Love all of you so much. I'll see you next time. Y'all be good or be good at it. Bye, guys.